Hello, everybody. This is The Poison Tree by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Chapter 26, The Signs of Love. As a cotton rag placed near fire becomes burnt, so the heart of Hera became ever more inflamed by the remarkable beauty of Devendra. Many a time Hera's virtue and good name would have been endangered by passion, but what Debendra's character for sensuality without love came to her mind and proved a safeguard. Hera had great power of self-control, and it was through this power that she, though not very virtuous, had hitherto easily preserved her chastity. The more certainly to rule her heart, Hera determined to go again to service. She felt that in daily work her mind would be distracted, and she would be able to forget the unfortunate passion which stung like the bite of a scorpion. Thus, when Nagendra, leaving Kundanandini at Govinpur, was about to set forth, Hera, on the strength of past service, begged to be re-engaged, when Nagendra consented. There was another cause for Hera's resolve to resume service. In her greed for money, anticipating that Kunda would become the favorite of Nagendra, she had taken pains to bring her under her own sway. Nagendra's wealth, she had reflected, will fall into Kunda's hands, and when it's in Kunda's, it will be Hera's. Now Kunda had become the mistress of Nagendra's house, but she had not obtained possession of any special wealth. But at this time Hera's mind was not dwelling on this matter. Hera was not thinking of wealth. Even had she done so, money obtained from Kunda would have been as poison to her. Hera was able to endure the pain of her own unsatisfied passion, but she could not bear Debendra's passion for Kunda. When Hera heard that Nagendra was journeying abroad, and that Kunda would remain as Grihini, then, remembering Haradasi Boasnavi, she became much alarmed, and stationed herself as a sentinel to place obstacles in the path of Debendra. It was not from a desire to secure the welfare of Kundanandini that Hera conceived this design. Under the influence of jealousy, Hera had become so enraged with Kunda that, far from wishing her well, she would gladly have seen her go to destruction. But in jealous fear lest Debendra should gain access to Kunda, Hera constituted herself as the guardian of Nagendra's wife. Thus the servant Hera became the cause of suffering to Kunda, who saw that Hera's zeal and attention did not arise from affection. She perceived that Hera, though a servant, showed want of trust in her, and continually scolded and insulted her. Kunda was of a very peaceful disposition, though rendered ill by Hera's conduct, she said nothing to her. Kunda's nature was calm, Hera's passionate. Thus Kunda, though the master's wife, submitted as if she were a dependent. Hera lorded it over her as if she were the mistress. Sometimes the other ladies of the house, seeing Kunda suffer, scolded Hera, but they could not stand before Hera's eloquence. The Dewan, hearing of her doings, said to Hera, "Go away, I dismiss you." Hera replied with flaming eyes, "Who are you to dismiss me? I was placed here by the master, and except at his command I will not go. I have as much power to dismiss you as you have to dismiss me." The Dewan, fearing further insult, said not another word. Except Surjamuki, no one could rule Hera. One day, after the departure of Nagendra, Hera was lying alone in the creeper-covered summer house in the flower garden near the woman's apartments. Since it had been abandoned by Surjamuki and Nagendra, Hera had taken possession of this summer house. It was evening, and almost full moon shone in the heavens. Her rays, shining through the branches of the trees, fell on the white marble, and danced upon the wind-moved waters of the Talayo close by. The air was filled with the intoxicating perfume of the scented shrubs. There's nothing in nature so intoxicating as flower-perfumed air. Hera suddenly perceived the figure of a man in a grove of trees. A second glance showed it to be Debendra. He was not disguised, but wore his own apparel. Hera exclaimed in astonishment, "You're very bold, sir. Should you be discovered, you will be beaten." "Where Hera is, what cause have I for fear?" Thus saying, Debendra sat down by Hera, who, after a little silent enjoyment of this pleasure, said, "Why have you come here? You will not be able to see whom you hope to see." "I've already attained my hope. I came to see you." Hera, not deceived by the sweet flattering words she coveted, said with a laugh, I did not know I was destined to such pleasure. Still, since it's befallen me, let us go where I can satisfy myself by beholding you without interruption. Here there are many obstacles. Where shall we go? Said Debindra. Into the summer house. There we need fear nothing. Do not fear for me. If there's nothing to fear for you, there is for me. If I am seen with you, what will be my position? Shrinking at this, Debindra said, well, let's go. Would it not be well that I should renew acquaintance with your new Grihini? The burning glance of hate cast on him by Hera at these words, Debindra failed to see in the uncertain light. Hera said, How will you get to see her? By your kindness it will be accomplished, said Debindra. Then do you remain here on the watch. I will bring her to you. With these words, Hera went out the summer house. Proceeding some distance, she stopped beneath the shelter of a tree and gave way to a burst of sobbing. Then went into the house, not to Kundalandini, but to the Darwins, to whom she said, Come quickly, there's a thief in the garden. Then Dob, Chob, Pare, and Teowari, taking thick bamboo sticks in their hands, started off for the flower garden. Debindra, hearing from afar the sound of their clumsy clattering shoes and seeing their black napkin-swathed chins, leaped from the summer house and fled in haste. Teowari and Co. ran some distance, but they could not catch him, yet he did not get off scot-free. We cannot certainly say whether he tasted the bamboo, but we have heard that he was pursued by some very abusive terms from the mouths of the Dorwins, and that his servant, having had a little of his brandy, in gossip the next day with a female friend, remarked, Today, when I was rubbing the Babu with oil, I saw a bruise on his back. Returning home, Debindra made 2 resolutions. The first, that while Hera remained, he would never again enter the Datta house. The second, that he would retaliate upon Hera. In the end, he had a frightful revenge upon her. Hera's venial fault received a heavy punishment, so heavy that at sight of it even Debindra's stony heart was lacerated. We'll relate it briefly later.